Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Stone, and this is your grammar lesson for today. We're going to, we've already covered action verbs, which I think most of you have zero problem with. But we're going to start on different kinds of verbs now. The very first different kind of verb we're going to talk about is linking verbs. And it says in your workbook, it says a linking verb links the subject of a sentence with other words that tell about the subject. A linking verb does not show action. When you put, you're going to discover when you put like what looks to be a linking verb with an action verb, then that turns out to be actually called a helping verb. I know it's confusing. The English language is. We're specifically talking about linking verb. So these are those little verbs that you see in a sentence and you're automatically looking for an action verb and you go, there's no action verb there. But you see these little words like is and am and are and was and were and things like that. And they're like all by themselves. That's a linking verb. So let's take a look at an example that they give you. It says a shark is a meat-eating fish. Now, the reason why they're calling it a linking verb is that they take the subject of the sentence, in this case, shark, and they link it to something after the linking verb. And so a meat-eating fish is telling you more about what? The shark. So it is linking the subject to the predicate or descriptive words in the predicate. Because meat-eating fish would be adjectives that would be describing the shark. So let's look at the next one. Whale sharks are the largest of all sharks. If you'll notice, there's no other verb in there except for are. And what it is doing, it is linking whale sharks to something after the word are and is linking it to largest of all sharks. So that's what a linking verb does. It links something in the first part of the sentence to something in the last part of the sentence. All right. Different forms of the verb and often used as linking verbs. Use the form of be that agrees with the subject of the sentence. Now, if I were you, I would just get used to memorizing these. That's the easiest way to do it because sometimes you look at a sentence and if you don't have them memorized, it gets a little confusing because you're looking for the action verb. When there's not an action verb, it may be a linking verb. So if you memorize these, and if they're standing alone by themselves, then that is a linking verb. So in that little chart, they give you the forms of be. So we're basically talking about is, are, am, was, were, and was. Now, we also talk about past tense, and we're going to cover that later and stuff. But these are the words that we're going to be using in the exercise. And so these are the words that I kind of want you just to go ahead and memorize. Is, are, am, was, were, was. Okay, pretty simple. So let's take a look at the examples that they give you because you have to make sure that you're using the correct form with if the subject is plural or singular. So the next example down underneath the chart says the tank in this room is huge. Now, in this room is not the subject of the sentence. That's called a prepositional phrase, and we're going to talk about those more later on. But the whole sentence is about the tank. The tank is what? It is huge. So is the linking verb, and it is linking the tank with the word huge. Okay, huge in this case is describing it. It's an adjective for how big the tank is. Okay, look at the second one. Those sharks are hammerheads. The subject of the sentence is sharks. The linking verb is are, and it's connecting you to something in the second part of the sentence. The sharks are what? Hammerheads. The next one, I am curious about sharks. I am what? Curious. So curious is describing I. Okay, it's a curious person. So am is a linking verb. The next one says it was open all day. Okay, it was is the linking verb. The subject is it. It is linking it to what? Open. It was open. Okay. Next one. They were popular with visitors. They were what? Popular. So popular is describing what they were, and were is your linking verb. I hope you're getting this because it's an important thing that you need. You know, if I'm going to ask you to pick out a verb and there's just this little word, you have to realize that that is the verb. It doesn't look like an action verb because it's not an action verb. It's a linking verb. I was busy yesterday. Okay, I is the subject, was is the linking verb. Is there something in the last part of that sentence that is describing what I is? I was what? Busy. Busy is being linked to the subject of the sentence. All right. So go back to this chart during your exercises if you need to, but the biggest thing is you have to make them agree with the subject. If you have a subject that is singular, okay, then there are certain words you're going to use. If you have subject that is plural, there's going to be certain words that you use. If it's just the word I, then there are certain words that you're going to use. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at example or practice set A. All right, what I want you to do is, if you need to, you can stop the video, but I want you to go find a red colored pencil. You're going to answer your workbook today in red colored pencil because I want you to highlight some stuff. All right, let's look at number 1. It says we. That is the subject of the sentence. So I want you to highlight the word we in red. Now, they've made it extremely easy for you because they've given you the choice. Now, if you see, we is a plural subject. You have to use the word, if you need to go back and look on the chart, look at down on the plural nouns. It says plural noun, you, we, they. It says you have to use either are or were. So that should automatically tell you which one you're going to use. So you should have put down were. Okay, highlight we because that's the subject, and you can write the word were in red if you want to, or pencil, but you're going to have to go through and highlight the subjects. All right, number 2. I'm a little bit disagreed about this, but I can see where they're coming from. Okay. It says, I blank excited about the new shark exhibit. You look at I, and you know from the chart that I has to either use am or was. So, I, you're going to highlight in red, and then you're going to choose the word was. Okay, they're saying that was is linking because who is excited? I am excited. But excited can also be an action verb. And so that's a little confusing on if that's an action verb or helping verb. But I think it's going to be a linking verb. I'm sorry. It's going to be a linking verb in this case because it's telling you that I is linking by the word was to excited. Excited is describing I. So that's what they've done. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to go through and finish 3 through 10 by yourself. It should be very quick. You shouldn't have a hard time with it. But don't forget to go and highlight your subject. I'm looking for simple subject. So I'm looking for one word. All right, if you look on number 3, you're not going to highlight tiger sharks. Tiger is describing sharks. Sharks is the subject of your sentence. So go ahead and do 3 through 10 on your own, and then come back and check your answers when you are ready. Okay, now that you are back, let's go through. Number 3, you should have highlighted the word sharks in red, and you should have chosen the word were. Okay, sharks is being linked to biggest, all right, and by the word were. That's a linking verb. Number 4, one shark was 20 feet long. Now, if you get it wrong, I don't want you to erase it, okay, and then change the answer. I'm not taking a grade on this as far as how many you miss. I want you to write the correct answer out to the side. Then your home teacher is going to be able to tell if you were having trouble with this. So do not change your answers. I just want you to correct them. Okay, number 5 says, Shark teeth are razor sharp. The subject is teeth, not shark teeth. Shark is telling what kind. So teeth is your noun, your subject, and it is linking to razor sharp. Those teeth were razor sharp. In this case, it's present tense, so you're going to be using are. Number 6, that's a hard subject to find. All right. What was terrifying? The movie was, okay? About the great white shark, okay? About the great white shark is a prepositional phrase, and we'll talk about those later. But we're talking about the movie as the subject. Was what? Terrifying. Number 7, some viewers were afraid of sharks for years. Number 8, shark attacks on humans is what? Rare. What's rare? Not humans, not sharks. Attacks are rare. All right. So this can also help you find what the subject of the sentence is. If I look at number 9, the total number blank about 100 attacks each year. Okay. So the total number is about 100 attacks each year. And number 10, about 20 attacks were deadly last year. All right. I hope you're understanding this. You're gonna practice for the rest of the week, and you will have a quiz on linking verbs on Friday. Remember, you can always go to your grammar. www.grammarworkshop.com in order to get extra practice. But this is your lesson for today. Don't forget to have your home teacher sign practice set A that it is correct and done. And I will see you at school.